Hey, it's Tuxedo Mark, 9:52 p.m. on Thursday, February 4th, 2021. And I watched episode 5 of season 1 of Fate the Winx Saga. So here's what I thought. Okay, I'm gonna talk about stuff like from all over the place. First of all, the music. I love the songs in this episode. I'll have to look them up to see who they're by, but I continue to be impressed with the music. Um, okay, so the basic plot is that Bloom wants to see Beatrix, who's in a cell at the moment. Um, she's approached by, I believe his name is Dane. He's one of the specialists. He's the guy that had been going out with Tara or seeing Tara until she saw that video of him in a three-way makeout session with Riven and Beatrix. And don't mind Coco, he's being silly. Um, anyway, so he offers to help Bloom get in there. He sedates a guard with something, and Bloom goes in there to see Beatrix. She wants Bloom to free her and get the get those bracelets off her wrists so that she can use her powers. Bloom leaves without committing at the moment. Um, Musa is hooking up with Sam, who I believe is Tara's brother, in the suite. Um, they're about to go at it, and Musa takes off her blouse or sweater or whatever, and pot shatters, and this has been happening recently. She decides to put her sweater back on, and I'll have to look at the damage later. Both both catcher. I see her mom's there now too. Um, anyway, so Sam leaves, and Musa calls Stella out. Stella has apparently run away from home and come back to Althea, and she's been hanging out cloaked or invisible or whatever in the suite for at least a few days at this point. Uh anyway, um Stella's like, that her mom's being repressive, and uh, she demands perfection, as she allowed. Okay, that girl that she blinded last year. Um, I'm blanking on her name at the moment, but apparently her mom had allowed everyone to think Stella blinded her on purpose because at least it wouldn't make her seem weak. But in all actuality, she just lost control. It was an accident. Um, is there smudge on my screen? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, um, so Bloom's got this amulet thing or like a key. Um, and she Bloom's performing stuff at the circle. She's trying to get her magic on, and Sky comes talk to her, asks her what it is, and at some point, Bloom gives him something to drink, and it has the sedative, and she knocks him out, and she goes to uh, free Beatrix, but I believe it's Tara and Aisha confront her about it. They take away the key. Um, Bloom explains her position. They think she's nuts. Um, but eventually, after having a chat with Stella, because Musa outs Stella to the rest of the suite, except Bloom, but everyone else learns Stella's here. Stella's like, Bloom deserves to try to find her answers. So they go return the key to Bloom. Bloom goes into the cell and frees Beatrix. Meanwhile, Ms. Dowling and the professors and the specialists are all heading out to the barrier because a bunch of the squad, like the fighting squad that's supposed to hunt down the burned ones, they got wiped out. And there's cell phone video footage proof of it. There's numerous burned ones traveling in a pack, and usually they hunt only solo. So this is concerning. And then Aisha goes to tell them what's going on back at Althea because Aisha wasn't on board with breaking Beatrix out of prison. But anyway, they do so. They go to Miss Dowling's office to get through the passageway. Now, apparently, someone has to be left there unconscious to hold it open, and apparently, that's what that guy that Beatrix murdered because she didn't have time to fix him. Um, yeah, that was his job earlier. Now she says that um, she says that one guy's name that I keep forgetting. He still likes her. Dane, Dane, I believe his name is. Yeah. Um, she's like, he's okay with it, and then Stella's like, but are you okay with it? And or someone says that, and Stella materializes and has Beatrix be basically their doorstop or whatever as they go through his secret passage. I'm sure she won't appreciate that. Um, so they go to find Rosalind, and Bloom has to enter in there on her own, and Rosalind greets her, and that's how the episode ends. So Bloom is about to get her answers, supposedly. Now, she did get a version of the story from Miss Dowling earlier. She confronted her in the office, told her that she knows where she's from and what they did and how they committed an atrocity and wiped out the city or the village or whatever. Miss Dowling says that Rosalind, who was the head of Alfie at the time, assured them that she had taken great pains to evacuate the place and only burned ones were in there. So when they torched the place, they thought they were killing only burned ones, but then they inspected the wreckage and they discovered what they did. They killed a bunch of people. Um, yeah. Ms. Dowling says she'll give Bloom the answers tomorrow, but it's not worth freeing Rosalind to get the answers. And then Miss Dowling had to go out to the barrier where there's trouble brewing. Bloom's not satisfied with waiting until tomorrow. That's why she goes to free Beatrix, and yeah. So that's where we're at right now. We got one episode left. Bloom's about to get her answers, I think. Um, Aisha's with the specialist and Miss Dowling at the barrier. The rest of the girls are waiting for Bloom. Beatrix is the doorstop. Um, I like Beatrix. I mean, I know, yeah, she's a murderer, but she's she's the only one that's provided Bloom with any kind of answers so far, whereas Miss Dowling had been stonewalling her. So we'll see where this goes. I'm looking forward to seeing how this season ends. Oh, and Sky wakes up near the end. I'm sure he won't be. I'm sure he won't appreciate being sedated by Bloom. Although Bloom did apologize right before he lost consciousness, I guess. So, um, let's see. Oh, they have a training scene early in the episode. Muse is upset that she doesn't have any kind of combative power. Miss Dallas says, "Oh, you're useful," and her sweet mates say, "Oh, yeah, mind fairies are very powerful." And the Muse is like, "We're useless as soon as it like comes down to the fighting, comes down to what matters. Yeah, we're useless." um, so she's feeling kind of insecure about that. Um, oh, Sky came clean to Bloom that Silva wanted him to spy on her. She didn't take that well. She said, "You used our friendship." Um, let's see. Not sure what else that there is to say about this episode specifically. I think I pretty much got everything. Um, oh, the reason that Tara and Aisha found out what Bloom was up to was they found out she'd been in contact with Dane and that Dane is still on Team Beatrix. So they confronted Blaine or Dane in the cafeteria. Tara held him in place with vines, and they're like, "Yeah, we can go Dowling and Silver, or you can just tell us what's going on." It looks like a large water bottle you got there. Hope you can hold it. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. I'm sure Riffin had something to do in this episode. I just don't remember all of it. But Sky did say that Bloom's like, "You trained last year, right?" And Sky's like, "Yeah, but this is way, way above and beyond. Looks like you're preparing for war." And Bloom's like, "Well, these people were soldiers before they were teachers, so makes kind of makes sense." But yeah, so things are about to go down. Um, hope we get a good final big battle. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, did I mention the title of the episode? It's called let's see, it's episode 5. It is Wither into the Truth. I love these episode titles. They're so dramatic. Um anyway, so yeah. Um we'll see how it ends. And yeah, that's it. It's 10:07 p.m. and thanks for watching.